Live from Studio 4 here in downtown Wenatchee. We're back at it for another exciting edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, 24th day of March 2022. It's a Thursday, according to my calendar. And I am Dan Kuntz. Good stuff for you today. Very pleasant morning, 41 degrees. Yesterday at this time when we visited, it was 48 degrees. Had that cold front come in, just as expected. National Weather Service, kudos to them. They nailed the forecast right on the money, if anything. It was a little warmer than they were expecting. We had 66 officially up at Pangbourne Memorial Airport. That's where they keep all the instruments, where they measure the temperature and the wind and the dew point and the relative humidity. That's all done up at Pangbourne. Big old computerized thingamajig there. 66 yesterday. Not going to get there today. We did have that wind, as was predicted, late in the afternoon, early evening hours, and that's that cold front that came through. And now we're going to be just a little bit cooler today, but not much. But there's some good news. We're going to see a little bit of sunshine today. That wasn't really in the forecast yesterday. Details are coming up. Passes, yeah, you got no problems at all. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. I think, unless I hear otherwise, you got to get the studs off your tires by the end of this month, and sometimes they extend it. If there's still a lot of snow, or there's the long-term forecast calls for snow, that's not going to be the case. I think you got till March 31st to get your snow tires off. Most people have done it already, I've noticed. News, yes. Sports, Cougars win. It's off to the quarterfinals of the NIT. I should be more specific because the Cougars played the Cougars. Washington State won. And the Wenatchee Wild gave the best team in the BCHL a run for their money last night. We will have highlights. They lost, but boy, it was a good game against Penticton. And hey, we're into the Sweet 16. We'll preview that too. The round of 16 begins tonight. Including Gonzaga. We'll have that for you in sports. It's Thursday. That means pause for pets. Maya the dog will pay us another visit. Maya the dog has been in dog jail since last summer. We can do better than that. Let's get Maya the dog a home. We'll introduce you to Maya again in Pause for Pets. And yesterday morning, we cruised on down to beautiful downtown Wenatchee and visited with Linda Haglund because that big mural between Cafe Mela and the Antique Mall, between Mela and the mall, there's that wall there. It's a pleasant mural, but they want to do something new with that, and Linda will talk about that. So for you artists out there, chance to make an artistic statement and make a little money from the WDA. Linda will give you those details in the back half of the program. Shall we begin our tour? Yes, he says, from the tip of Wenatchee Heights, and by golly, kind of a different angle there. Uriah has that panned a little bit more towards the Wenatchee side. You can see some of the transmitters and translators from that little shed there at the very tip of Wenatchee Heights. There's a lot of broadcasting equipment up there because it's a perfect location for it. But don't go out there. By the way, that's private property. We need to mention this every once in a while. Don't go up there. There's no trespassing signs posted and stuff. Some people like to ignore it. Authorized personnel only, please. Good morning to the Wenatchee Valley. Sunrise this morning was at 6:55. Sunset tonight, 7:19. 12 hours and 24 minutes of daylight. I like these longer days. And one more little weather anomaly before we move down the line. Yesterday's low was 45 degrees, and that happened at 11:59 and 59 seconds last night, right before Wednesday became today. So it was that happens every once in a while. We didn't really have an overnight low, so to speak. Camera number 2. Ooh, beautiful sunrise. I have no idea what camera that is. That's the number 1 Canyon camera? We have a lot of bright lights in the studio, and the monitor is kind of far away, and I can't see very well anymore. If he says it's the number 1 Canyon camera, I'm trusting Uriah. He's a trustworthy guy, and you can see the high clouds hanging in. So that's going to be really the case today, mid to high-level clouds, mostly high-level clouds across the region. They'll be thickening up a little bit this afternoon. Camera number 3 is a beautiful view of Nanapock Ridge, or Cole's Corner, I think is actually what we call that. And the only way I can ever tell that, because you can see where the power lines are. Good morning to our friends up in the Lake Wenatchee area, including Winton and Cole's Corner and Lake Wenatchee in that area up there. Beautiful place to live, beautiful place to recreate. And camera number 4 takes us up to Bill E. Goat, USA, Okanagan County. Beautiful. The mighty Columbia, a little wisp of the Methow down there in the lower left-hand corner. The snow is really dissipated there. It wasn't that long ago. It was a couple weeks ago when we used that camera, and that whole area was pretty much covered in snow, including the Alta Lake Golf Course, and Alta Lake course itself was completely frozen over. I don't see that being the case anymore. It's time to dust off my golf clubs. And by the way, Mother Nature is going to cooperate. in that aspect. I don't mind playing in the wind. I don't like playing in the rain, and we're not going to have any rain. We're just going to kind of have very nice, mild spring weather. Let's get to it from the National Weather Service. It looks something like this. After that 66-degree day yesterday, we'll see sunshine for the most part today. As the day progresses, a little weak upper-level trough is going to start gliding into the region, and that's going to start giving us more of those high clouds. It begins later on this afternoon, and that trend will persist pretty much really into Sunday and Monday. 38 for the overnight low tonight. Friday, a little bit warmer. Maybe it's going to be a little cloudier on Friday, but a couple of degrees warmer with a high of 61. Let's get our weekend going. Saturday, 61, lots of clouds. I don't think we're going to get any rain. A minuscule chance of rain on Saturday. Same deal with Sunday, maybe a little bit warmer. So it looks like the sun is going to be taking the weekend off. It'll be coming back late on Monday. And then lots of sunshine, and then we cool down a little bit on Wednesday of next week. But all in all, things pretty quiet, pretty benign. Got no problems at all with that. Speaking of no problems at all, your past report is courtesy of our friends at D.A. Davidson, the strength of a trusted partner in personalized solutions to meet your financial needs. Remember, SIPC. You're up, you're over, you're done. Stevens, fine. No advisories, no restrictions. You're good to go. Blewett, just do the same thing all over again. Blewett's pretty much bare and dry. No advisories, no restrictions. You're good. Boy, the snow's really starting to dissipate up there, isn't it? I-90, no issues at all. You're good to go. That's the summit of I-90. No advisories, no restrictions on any of the major mountain passes. No inclement weather. They're going to get a little bit of light snow here and there, hit and miss over the weekend. Not going to really affect your drive over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house. We're getting towards the tail end of the past report season. Our last past report, by the way, courtesy of D.A. Davidson, will be on the last day of this month because they don't update the past reports unless conditions warrant, and it looks like that's really not going to be much of an issue. All right. That's a good start to the day, 7 minutes after the hour. A 1 minute break, and then what made news on Wednesday? We'll find out together in 1 minute with the news. You're watching Wake Up on Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
So my very fondest memory at an Abby's came in high school after we won a state championship in basketball, a moment we'll never forget. The very first thing we did, celebrated across the street at Abby's. And for us to just enjoy and savor the season and what we accomplished there, and that pizza became synonymous with this championship memory. It's great to have some of those just foundational, traditional spots that we can all go to and enjoy a great time.
Hi, I'm Katie Joslin and I'm a pediatrician at CVCH. We know that as new parents, you have a lot of decisions to make. At CVCH, we have a team of caring pediatricians and family medicine providers who love to take care of newborns. As you're making that decision of where you'd like to go, we hope that you'll consider coming to CVCH, where any of the providers you choose would care for your baby as if it was one of their own.
Filtered sunshine. We are at 39 degrees here in the big city. Going to be a few degrees cooler than yesterday, but we'll see sunshine for the most part. Clouds be rolling in as the day progresses. A little bit cooler on Friday, slightly above normal temperatures with lots of clouds, but dry on Saturday and Sunday. It's 9 minutes after the hour. Let's start with this. The city of East Wenatchee is in negotiations with Douglas County for an annexation. They want to add about 600 homes and about 500 acres into the city limits of East Wenatchee. It has to be approved by both the East Wenatchee City Council and the Douglas County Board of Commissioners. But if it happens, East Wenatchee would gain about 1,300 new residents. Now, the areas to be annexed include the commercial areas and the neighborhoods south of 3rd and 4th Streets and west of Kentucky. 3 residential areas on East Wenatchee's northern outskirts would also become part of the city. A public hearing has to be held before the annexation can go forward. They don't know when that's going to happen yet. The city hopes to have the annexation complete by the final day of June. As promised, the Chelan County PUD has posted their online survey. They want public feedback on the proposed Confluence Parkway that would impact PUD-owned property. That includes the Apple Capitol Loop Trail, the Horan Nature Area, and the Confluence State Park. The survey can be found on the PUD's website, chelanpud.org confluence. As you know by now, the parkway is a $141 million North Wenatchee Avenue bypass. It'll include a second bridge over the Wenatchee River. The project has received $49 million in federal funds and $85 million from the state. Before signing on, the PUD is reaching out to the public for thoughts on a proposed realignment of the loop trail. In exchange, they also need 6 acres of property to make this bypass happen. The PUD will have 2 open houses on this, by the way, at the Confluence Technology Center. One will be on March 30th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and then again from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. also on the last day of this month, March 30th, I should say. Chelan County's elected assessor, Dina Walter, will act as the county's community development director until they can find a new one. They need to pick a new executive for that department. Walter has been the assessor since 2011, but worked as an assistant community development director from 2002 to 2005. Chelan County Commissioners voted on Monday to place Walter in that leadership post while they seek a permanent replacement for former community development director Jim Brown, who departed in January. The department oversees building, planning, and permitting in unincorporated Chelan County. It's the second time Walter temporarily filled the role at community development. She was the interim director in the spring of 2020 before Jim Brown was hired. Artists out there, you're being asked to submit your ideas for a new mural in downtown Wenatchee. The mural will be an upgrade to the existing mural that's already there between Mela and the Antique Mall at 11 North Wenatchee Avenue. It'll be painted over the top of the existing mural. I went down and visited with Linda Haglund, the executive director of the WDA, and she filled me in on all the details.
With this.
We're calling it our 2022 mural project downtown. A special thank you to the owners, Debbie and Jay, that own the Antique Mall, allowing us to, they own this piece of wood right here, to allow us to give this a facelift and an upgrade. So we're asking if you're an artist and a mural project might be something you're interested in. We have a call for artists right now, and what we're hoping for is that we can, by October, update this and have a new mural in downtown.
Now, there are some certain guidelines, and I'm going to ask you what some of these things mean. First of all, referencing the past, downtown is historic. All of these buildings are 100 years old, if not older. That's probably the most important of all the elements. It wants to tie into the overall aesthetic, does it not?
It is, and what people love about this downtown are the buildings, right? These great old buildings that have a lot of renovation going on in them. So some tie to that would be really nice. We like that.
What currently exists is fine, but it doesn't really say Wenatchee. It could be almost anywhere.
Exactly. And the artist that did this did a really great job, and it has lasted a long time. But like everything, we have to revisit, is it time to do something new and different? And that's what we think the time is now.
And representing the diversity of this community, this place is more diverse than it has ever been before, and that's a critical element.
It is a critical element. We want this to look and feel like where we are, right? And where we are is a lot of different things. The diversity of this area, it's geographic diversity, it's ethnic diversity, it's age diversity. It is a lot of different things that diversity, and we want to capture that this is, you know you're in downtown Wenatchee. You know you're in Wenatchee, you're here. And that's what we're hopeful for.
And this is one of the very few unbuilt upon lots in all of downtown Wenatchee, and it's going to stay that way for a while, so you might as well make this look good.
It is, and then again, the property owner, Jay and Debbie, have been very, very open that whatever they do in the future here, that we will incorporate this mural somewhere in the future of this space. So it isn't just we're going to do a mural temporarily, this will be long term. What a fun way, if you're an artist, right, to put your mark on something. But this is a 50 foot by 16 feet high canvas. This is a big canvas. And what a fun thing. If you were an artist, I don't even begin to figure out how to do that, but hopefully that we'll have people who will want to partner with us and do this.
And again, my complete conversation with Linda Haglund will air in the back half of the program. And finally, the first of the 2 instructors for the new Wenatchee High School ROTC program is now on board. The Air Force approving the creation of the local Reserve Officers Training Corps. They did that last November. And retired Air Force Colonel Ben Akins will help lead it. He arrives from Glenwood Springs, Colorado. He previously taught and led high school cadets, including his own son. Colonel Atkins introduced himself to the Wenatchee School Board on Tuesday night.
I'm an Air Force Academy graduate. I flew planes for the Air Force for a number of years. I have a master's degree in the equivalent military history. When I was looking to retire from the Air Force, I couldn't think of anything more important to do than become a teacher. So JROTC seemed to be a natural fit. I've been instructing junior ROTC in Clement Springs, Colorado for the last 7 years. Life circumstances have changed. Wenatchee has made this incredibly easy for me to come out here. Just as excited as the community is and as excited as the administration is to start a junior ROTC program, and the support that I anticipate having from the administration in this community, I think can make this program really, really special.
And now you're informed of what's going on this Thursday morning. And if you want to stay informed, we cordially invite you to watch the evening news with Grant and Eric. We aired at 5, 6, and 10. Also available on our Facebook page, on our YouTube page, and on our home page. So you can watch it really whenever you want. And with a preview of tonight's news, here's the anchor.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, we will have our weekly Pause for Pets feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. A little bit cooler today, but then mild weather ahead for our weekend. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Granstrom will have the latest March Madness news, including Gonzaga's game later today, and also what's happening in high school sports. That and all the day's news stories coming your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
And if you have a news tip, get a hold of us. We try to make it as easy as possible. You can email us directly, news@ncwlife.com. You can go to our Facebook page and use the Messenger app, always a handy tool there. Or you can go to our homepage, ncwlife.com, and you'll see the Contact Us icon. Click on it. Pretty self-explanatory. After a 1-minute break, highlights from the Cougars' victory over the Cougars. We also have Wenatchee Wild highlights. Good game last night against Penticton. We'll preview high school sports, and we'll talk Gonzaga basketball. They're back in action tonight. Sports is 1 minute away. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Between the shadows and the moon, between the rooftops and the basement.
Morning, Sadie. Come on, Sadie.
Feeling I found that place where I could stay.
Come on, Sadie needs more feet.
Had a surgery? Been in a car accident? Suffer from weekend warrior activities? Let Mount Stewart Physical Therapy and Chiropractic work out your aches and pains. This is Dr. Wayne Latimer. We've extended our multi-care practice to Mount Stewart Physical Therapy in Leavenworth. So, physical therapy and chiropractic. And whether you want to lift to get fit or you want to stay fit after your physical therapy, Balance Point Health and Fitness Gym is always open daily. Dr. Latimer Chiropractic Multi-Care Clinics, where we strive to do more, so you can too.
18 minutes after the hour in sports, the old adage, and it's true, you want to be playing your best as a team during the playoffs, and by golly, the Washington State Cougars are doing exactly that. They turned a tight first-half game into a blowout last night in Provo. They beat BYU 77-58 in the quarterfinals of the NIT. Michael Flowers, 27 points, and he set the Cougar single-season three-point scoring record.
Flowers back in the game and immediately shoots a three, and Michael Flowers with the three.
Look for Washington State trying to use the ball screens.
Flowers, heat check, he's got 2 in a row, that one's 3.
He's being much more aggressive right now with the basketball when he's coming off the ball screens.
Flowers inside, and Michael Flowers is starting to take over. Flowers faked the pass and then went up on the big.
I don't know the question, but he's been the answer all night. I'm telling you that.
The lead is just 3. Ty Roberts nails a huge 3. Just, maybe he heard you. Roberts. Big shot by Tyrell Roberts.
It's not so much their physicalness as it is their athleticism and their relentlessness in going after every rebound.
Flowers for 3. Count it! Andy was fouled. And Michael Flowers is now the new single-season three-point record holder for Washington State.
That is a tough shot to have a set play where you get a handoff back in the corner.
Flowers again. Another contested three. This one's good again.
These two guards have put on a show for the last 5 minutes.
Flowers turnaround intermediate jumper. Washington State is moving on to New York City.
Deshaun Jackson came off the bench, scored 14 points. Washington State dominated the inside game in the paint. BYU had no answer, and afterwards, Coach Smith said each victory is another milestone for the Cougar basketball program.
Just an outstanding effort by our guys in winning this environment against a really well-coached, good team. You know, the initial 4 minutes, I was very concerned because they came out with such an initial punch with Traore and Lohner, and we were able to withstand that and got some good efforts from Deshaun Jackson coming off the bench, and then Mike and Ty had a really strong second half and really salted away the game, and we were probably our season low for turnovers, I imagine, and just played probably our best game of the year and our biggest game of the year. So that's really exciting.
The guy Flowers surpassed for the single season three-point scoring mark, Klay Thompson. You remember him? After the game, Flowers said it's nice to have that record, but what the Cougars really want to do is to win the NIT.
Yeah, so this is something that, you know, everybody's been talking about lately and stuff, and, you know, it's an incredible accomplishment, but, you know, I'm obviously still trying to, you know, win this ring, you know, win the whole thing. But, you know, Klay Thompson, you know, that's an amazing shooter, one of the best shooters that the game has ever seen. And it's, you know, just nice to see my name next to his. So, you know, respect to Klay, and, you know, let's keep going.
Next up for the Cougars, the world's most famous arena. They'll be in Madison Square Garden for the semifinals. It's Tuesday night against Texas Agriculture and Mining. The game will start at 6:30 on ESPN. Doop. Gonzaga men's basketball team set for the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament today. They'll take on Arkansas. It'll be in San Francisco, 4:09 tip on CBS. The other games today, Michigan and Villanova at 4:29 on TBS. The later games have Texas Technical taking on Duke at 6:39 on CBS, and then Houston and Arizona, 6:59 on TBS. Not 7, 6:59. The 4 games tomorrow have the 15th seed St. Peter's team. This is everybody's talking about these guys. They got the Boilermakers at 4:09 on CBS. Providence will take on Kansas at 4:29 on TBS. North Carolina, UCLA, 6:39 on CBS. Iowa State and Miami of Florida face off at 6:59, not 7 on TBS. The Sweet 16 round for the women's NCAA tournament gets underway tomorrow. North Carolina takes on South Carolina at 4 on ESPN. Ohio State and Texas tip off at 4 on ESPN. Doop. Maryland and Stanford start at 6:30 on ESPN, and Creighton and Iowa State, ESPN2. And then things resume bright and early Saturday for the ladies, Notre Dame and North Carolina State, 8:30 in the morning on ESPN. Indiana and UConn at 11, also on ESPN. What about Haley Van Lith in Louisville? They'll meet Tennessee. The Volunteers, Saturday at 1 p.m. on ESPN2, and that's followed by South Dakota and Michigan at 3:30. The Wenatchee Valley men's basketball team continues to prepare this week for the NWAC tournament semifinals. They're in the Final Four. They will take on Bellevue at 1 o'clock at Everett Community College on Saturday. The winner will take on the winner of Yakima Valley and Olympic Sunday at 1 o'clock for the whole thing. The Wenatchee Wild fought really well last night, but in the end, Penticton beat them 4-3. Garrett Slodowski brought the partisan crowd to its feet in the very first period on a shorthanded goal. Wenatchee up 1-0. The two sides battled back and forth in the second. It was a 3-3 tie going to the fourth. Arch Ecker with the call on the Wenatchee Wild Hockey Network.
And it's over to Wilson once again, but that pass also broken up, and now here come the Wild with a chance to work out through center. Cade Stibbe, shorthanded up on the far side, turns the corner on Hopkins. And they were changing on the fly behind him, but he finds Sidlowski. He shoots and he scores! Garrett Sidlowski. The assist on it goes to Cade Stibbe. Shorthanded goal for the Wild, and they lead it 1-0, and the diapers and wipes are flying onto the ice. Into the right wing corner. Fired back up top. Doyle over the top of the far circle. Shot and a score. That was Bradley Nadeau at the top of the left wing circle. Touch pass from Emerson is for Littler, but it gets turned over. In front, V, shot, save, rebound, score. Luke Wilson on the backhand as the Wild turned it over. right in front of Tyler Shea. Tough break for him. He's got Caffarelli in front. Waits, spins, shot, he scores! Oh, what a shot. That was beautiful from Landon Parker. Deep in the right wing corner. And I think all eyes were on Caffarelli. Over to the right side, Hayduk, tough angle. That shot is turned loose. In front shot, score! Ian Somoza put home the rebound. The shot from a steep angle on the right wing wall. Arnott again, up top midpoint, Hopkins for the V's. V's back to Arnott, sent down low. McDonald shoots and he scores. McDonald got left alone over to the right-hand blocker side of Shea. They got the crisp pass to him, pulled it to the front, went forehand, high glove side. And the V's answered quickly their second power play goal of the night. He's on the right side, curl and drag, he's in, goes to the backhand shot and he scores. Oh, what a nice goal by Josh Nadeau. Bradley Nadeau set him up with a pass, and Josh Nadeau just knifed his way in and around a couple of different Wild defenders. Wild squared it loose, and here's Quinn Emerson. Emerson tried to chip it past. Somoza picks it up. He'll carry it down the right wing, but he's not going to be able to catch up to it before the horn sounds. And the Penticton V's are able to escape with a 4-3 victory.
Landon Parker and Ian Somoza also scored goals for the Wenatchee Wild. So just 2 more games left in the regular season. That'll be on the road this weekend. Tomorrow at Trail, Saturday at Cranbrook. And finally, the Les Schwab Prep Scoreboard. Thank you very much, guys. Baseball yesterday, Lake Roosevelt topped Okanagan 7-6. Omak tied Tenasket 4-4. Today, Manson travels to Bridgeport at 4 o'clock. Softball, afraid of blanked West Valley of Spokane. 10-0. Tenasket topped Liberty Bell 6-5. Today, Cascade will host a doubleheader against Brewster. That starts at 3. West Valley will be at Walla Walla Point Park to take on the Wenatchee Panthers. 2 games starting at 4, and Lake Roosevelt will host Okanagan. 1 game at 4:30. To the pitch we go. Cashmere is at Omak at 4. Chelan will host Quincy. Orville visits Manson, and Cascade travels to Royal under the lights at 6 o'clock tonight. Now, those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Tuesday, the 24th day of March. Happy National Chocolate Covered Raisin Day. Chocolate covered raisins, probably known as Raisinets. There are other companies, other candy manufacturers who make raisins covered in chocolate, but when we think of those, we think of Raisinets, a registered trademark of the Nestle Corporation. Raisinets, by the way, are the 3rd largest selling candy in the history of this country, and I'm guessing that 90% of all the Raisinets are sold at movie theaters. They just seem to go together. If you're either going to have a big bowl of buttered popcorn or Raisinets, or perhaps both, I'm not sure. More than 1 million Raisinets are produced every hour. That's a lot of raisins. That's a lot of raisins. And would you combine, raisins are good for you, we know that. Raisins have calcium and potassium and iron and fiber and all that good, vitamin B. Then you have dark chocolate, which also has some health benefits. So are Raisinets healthy? I'm assuming so, I don't know. Not a big fan of Raisinets, I don't know why. I haven't had any in 30 years. Maybe I should rethink that. Try and grow a little bit. Happy Raisinette Day, for lack of a better term. 29 minutes after the hour, today in history. Once again, another example of how the Revolutionary War was a 50-50 thing. Half of it was the United States wanting to be their own country away from the British Crown, and the other half was Britain just messing up a bunch. They messed up a bunch again. March 24th, 1765, 257 years ago, Great Britain passes the Quartering Act. The Quartering Act. What did that mean? It means that American citizens, colonists, if you will, this is before the Revolutionary War, the 13 colonies were required to house and feed British troops. That didn't go over very well. Yet another, just added to the list. The Quartering Act went into effect on this day 257 years ago today. I think all of us have seen the movie The Great Escape. Steve McQueen, James Garner, we'll talk about that a little bit later on. Richard Attenborough, a great movie. James Coburn, Charles Bronson's in it. The Great Escape, which is a fictionalized version of what happened on this date in 1944 when the Stalag Luft III 76 Allied prisoners of war broke out. Now, the true story is better than the movie, I think. Now, the movie, they did, for one thing, all the prisoners of war in Stalag Luft III, they were all members of the Royal Air Force. They were all British. There were no Americans there. So, when you see the Steve McQueen character and James Gardner character. They weren't really there. They were composites. But it's still a good movie. But the true story is an even better one. Read about it. It's pretty good. The Great Escape began on this date in 1944. Elvis, you're going to the Army. 64 years ago today, March 24th, 1958, Elvis Presley drafted into the United States Army. He was supposed to report to duty on January 20th, 1958, but they had already started pre-production, MGM did, on King Creole. His movie, King Creole, which, by the way, is probably Elvis's best movie. It's a pretty good movie. So he had to personally write the Memphis Draft Board for a deferment until March of 1958, because he said, they've already spent like $30,000 in pre-production, and there's a lot of people depending on this movie getting made and me being in it. So I know I'm supposed to report in January. Can I report in March? And the Memphis Draft Board said, yeah, you can report in March. And then on March 24th, 1958, they said, get down here. So get your hair cut, Elvis. You're in the Army. On this date in 1958. The Exxon Valdez, what a boondoggle this was. Yep. 33 years ago today, Prince William Sound in Alaska, the Exxon Valdez carrying 53 million gallons of U.S. oil. About 11 million of that was spilled into Prince William Sound. The radar system not only was not working, it hadn't been working for about a year. Exxon knew about it and didn't fix it. An unqualified third mate was actually behind the wheel of the Exxon Valdez. Of course, you know by now the captain was allegedly downstairs sleeping, nursing a hangover. What a boondoggle. Anyway, that fiasco started on this day 33 years ago today. And 7 years ago today, I defer to pilots. We all do. Pilots are the heroes. We get on a plane. We trust the pilot. Pilots have to have unique skills. They have to be really good at certain things, and they also have to handle boredom on long flights, which is why it's very troubling to talk about the events of 7 years ago today. Germanwings Flight 9525 crashes in the Alps. The co-pilot who had mental issues, his name is Andres Lubitz. He had been treated for suicidal tendencies. His doctor told him, you have no business being in control of a commercial airplane, but the doctors and Andres Lubitz didn't bother to tell Germanwings, who put him in the co-pilot seat on this date. The plane got up to cruise altitude. They put on the autopilot. The captain got up and left the cockpit, and Mr. Lubitz locked the cockpit, set the controlled descent, and it just slowly descended until it crashed. The last 3 or 4 minutes of this flight, with the captain desperately banging on the cockpit door and the people screaming, figuring out, oh my goodness, what's going on here? Flew the plane on purpose into the mountain. 33 minutes after the hour, we mentioned Steve McQueen. He was born in this date in 1930. He would have been 92 years old today. Of course, he died of cancer in 1980. The movies he made, pretty good. The Magnificent Seven and The Towering Inferno and The Great Escape. We talked about that. The Cincinnati Kid, Bullet, The Hunter, his last movie. That's amazing. But these are the movies that he turned down. Steve McQueen, in the early 1970s, was the highest paid actor in Hollywood. He turned down the lead role in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, the lead role in Apocalypse Now, the lead role in Dirty Harry. He was supposed to be Dirty Harry. He turned down the lead role in The French Connection, which won Gene Hackman an Oscar. And he turned down the lead role that went to Richard Dreyfuss in Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Think about what his career would be like today if he had taken those roles. Steve McQueen, born in this state. Two Washington State natives are 75 years old today. Dennis Erickson, 75 years old, of course, born and raised in Everett. The head coach of the University of Idaho, and then Wyoming, and then Washington State, and then he led Miami to a couple of national championships. Then he went to Oregon State, then he coached the Seahawks, and he coached the 49ers, and then he coached a couple of JV teams. I don't know. He's retired now. Happy birthday, Dennis Erickson, 75. Also 75 years old today, the 22nd governor of the state of Washington, Christine Gregoire, a graduate of UW and Gonzaga Law School, governor of the state from 2005 to 2013. She's also 75. Happy 46th birthday to Peyton Manning, NFL legend, 2 times a Super Bowl champion, and still holds a bunch of records. He's 46 years old today. It's 35 minutes after the hour. We still have an opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty to get to. My conversation with Linda Haglund, downtown Wenatchee. They want to paint a big new mural over the top of the old mural. Attention artists, pay attention to this interview. That's coming up. But first, Maya the dog needs a home and has been needing a new home for a long time. It's Pause for Pets.
This week on Pause for Pets, Jenny Ulrich, the volunteer and outreach coordinator for the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, introduces us to Maya.
This is Maya. Maya is about 5 years old. She's been with us for a little while and kind of overlooked. She is just a fabulous dog. She's super friendly with her people, pretty engaging. She's easy to walk on a leash. She has lived with other dogs, but she didn't do well in playgroup here, so we kind of think that Maya's looking to be the only dog in a home. She's a little slow at sometimes to warm up with new people, so as long as she just has an owner that's really into her and just making sure that she gets that time to like settle in and kind of slowly introduce other people, she'll be a really, really great dog. She is so sweet, so cute, and just waiting for her home.
If you are interested in meeting and adopting Maya, the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., 2:30 p.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. and 2:30 to 5 p.m. Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
It's the National RV Show at the Grant County Fairgrounds in Moses Lake, March 18th through the 27th, with tons of vendors, adult beverages, a scavenger hunt for the kids, a cash machine, and enter to win a new RV. Top manufacturers are coming from across the country, like Winnebago, Holiday Rambler, Forest River, Thor, Heartland, and more. Check out the enormous selection of both new and used RVs, motorhomes, travel trailers, fifth wheels, all with huge manufacturers' incentives. The financing options are amazing. So come on down to the National RV Show at the Grant County Fairgrounds in Moses Lake, March 18th through the 27th.
It's a $10 million clearance event going on now at Walker's Furniture and Mattress.
Get the best brands of Serta and Beautyrest mattress sets all in stock and priced to go.
Like $200 off Serta iCovered mattress sets or $300 off Beautyrest Black Hybrids. And don't forget 4 years interest-free financing plus express delivery and $300 of additional free furniture with select mattresses sold.
Making it the perfect time to improve your sleep for less at Walker's.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
Find ageless beauty at Chelan Valley Skincare. Cindy offers the most up-to-date treatments for personalized skincare. If sagging skin or acne scars are some skin challenges for you, Chelan Valley Skincare offers non-invasive, non-surgical skincare. With up-to-date technology for shorter treatment plans, you'll benefit from Cindy's expertise to help you accomplish your skincare goals. Please stop by their website for details on all their services. Call Cindy today for your free consultation.
So my very fondest memory at an Abby's came in high school after we won a state championship in basketball, a moment we'll never forget. The very first thing we did, celebrated across the street at Abby's. And for us to just enjoy and savor the season and what we accomplished there, and that pizza became synonymous with this championship memory. It's great to have some of those just foundational, traditional spots that we can all go to and enjoy a great time.
Watch Vibrant Living, brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. Find out about programs and activities for ages 50 and over, and meet amazing seniors who contribute to our community. New episodes Sundays at 1:30 p.m., replayed throughout the week on the NCW Life channel. Get your body moving. Tune in for Vibrant Motion, featuring low-impact aerobics hosted by Connie Townsend. These workouts are great for all ages. Vibrant Motion, brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center, weekdays on the NCW Life channel.
Crystal's Restaurant and Lounge in Leavenworth has a warm environment to enhance your dining experience. Serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Crystal's Intimate Lounge is a wonderful place to relax and dine with beautiful views of the mountains. Do you have a special occasion coming up? Call Crystal's to reserve their event space. Whether your event is grand, intimate, or casual, Crystal's provides unforgettable food and superb service. Crystal's Restaurant and Lounge, proud to be serving fabulous food and drinks.
Spring is more than just a time to clean. It's your time to renew, recharge, and spend time with the people you love. At Merry Maids, our cleaning services go beyond the basic services and provide you with a comprehensive clean that will re-energize your home and enhance your life. From everyday routine cleaning or deep cleanings, Merry Maids professional team members can provide you with an unrivaled experience. Call Merry Maids to schedule your cleaning today.
I'm here at the Discovery Center at Rocky Reach Dam, where there's a ton of cool stuff to do. You can learn how the dam harnesses the power of the Columbia, walk inside a Native American Tule Lodge, and steer clear of disaster on the Rock Island Rapids. You can check out the new fish viewing space and even stare a salmon right in the eye. Explore all this and more at Chelan County PUD's brand new Discovery Center at Rocky Reach Dam, now open year-round.
What's the best way to attract a wide variety of beautiful birds to your backyard? By offering the birds the right foods in expertly designed bird feeders from Wild Birds Unlimited. Whether you've been feeding the birds for a while or are just getting started, let our backyard bird feeding specialists show you how to add a little joy to your life and make nature a part of every day. Shop now for exclusive bird foods, feeders, hardware, and more. Wild Birds Unlimited. Products designed by experts. Trusted local advice.
Are you frustrated because you feel like you aren't getting the internet speeds you pay for? One of the most common ways to test your internet connection is called a speed test. These are free and easily located on the internet and can tell you how fast your internet is. However, for certain reasons, these tests may not always be accurate. A speed test shows you how fast a file can be downloaded to the computer you're running the test on. However, there are many things that can affect the speed of that download besides the speed of the internet going into your home. A few of the things that can affect your internet speed are poor Wi-Fi signal, other wireless signals interfering with the wireless signals coming from your router, other devices in your home draining your bandwidth, your computer or phone running apps programs in the background that you aren't aware of, slowing your entire device. Any of these things can slow down your internet. Your internet is like water flowing down a pipe. There's a big pipe bringing internet to your local area, and a smaller pipe coming off of that bringing internet to your home address. Your router is just another pipe that brings the internet inside your house, and every device inside your home is like a pipe connected to the router. Just like with water, if any of those pipes along the way are too small for the amount of internet that needs to flow through for a family, the flow for everything down the line will be much slower. It's a lot like trying to push all the water going into your house through a small straw. Also, again, just like with water, if everyone in your home is using the internet at once, any individual device may not be able to receive the full flow of the internet. It's like your whole family trying to drink out of that small straw all at once. If you're struggling with internet that is slower than expected, make sure that all of the devices that your internet flows through are working correctly, and check all devices in your home for background programs that may be using the internet. If everything still appears to be working correctly, contact us and we'll be able to help.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, the neighbor of a family member recently died of COVID. The deceased was a parent. They refused their spouse's pleas to get vaccinated, and they caught the virus from another unvaccinated visitor to their home. After weeks in the hospital, this person died. Now, you can deny the existence or seriousness of COVID. You can argue about the efficacy of the vaccine or the booster shots, or claim that Jesus frees you from fear so you can thumb your nose at all this. Now, feel free. This is America. But people are dying. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Are you a take charge kind of person? Consider a career as a health unit coordinator. You'll work to keep health facilities running efficiently by coordinating medical providers, patients, and departments. The Charter College Certificate in Health Unit Coordinator program can get you up to speed on basic patient care, health records management, health and safety procedures, and medical billing. And the 10-month online program includes a computer you keep. Get started at chartercollege.edu, where we work to get you to work.
Spring is more than just a time to clean. It's your time to renew, recharge, and spend time with the people you love. At Merry Maids, our cleaning services go beyond the basic services and provide you with a comprehensive clean that will re-energize your home and enhance your life. From everyday routine cleaning or deep cleanings, Merry Maids professional team members can provide you with an unrivaled experience. Call Merry Maids to schedule your cleaning today.
What's the best way to attract a wide variety of beautiful birds to your backyard? By offering the birds the right foods in expertly designed bird feeders from Wild Birds Unlimited. Whether you've been feeding the birds for a while or are just getting started, let our backyard bird feeding specialists show you how to add a little joy to your life and make nature a part of every day. Shop now for exclusive bird foods, feeders, hardware, and more. Wild Birds Unlimited. Products designed by experts. Trusted local advice.
The 2022 Grant County Fair is excited to announce country supergroup Lone Star. They'll be playing at the fairgrounds Thursday, August 18th. Friday, August 19th, it's Cameron Marlowe. And on Wednesday, August 17th, it's the tribute bands Jukebox Heroes, Barracuda, and Stone in Love. 3 of the premier tribute bands on the West Coast. The VIP seat tickets go on sale March 11th. The Grant County Fair, August 16th through the 20th. Crystal's Restaurant and Lounge in Leavenworth has a warm environment to enhance your dining experience. Serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Crystal's Intimate Lounge is a wonderful place to relax and dine with beautiful views of the mountains. Do you have a special occasion coming up? Call Crystal's to reserve their event space. Whether your event is grand, intimate, or casual, Crystal's provides unforgettable food and superb service. Crystal's Restaurant and Lounge, proud to be serving fabulous food and drinks.
With all the variety on SureStream TV from LocalTel, there's always something to watch. But what if you hit the couch in the middle of all the shows? That's a perfect time to use the features Catch Up or Restart. Catch up on shows from up to 3 days ago, or restart your show from the beginning. Go to your guide and select the show to restart. Then play, pause, rewind on your schedule. Don't forget, SureStream TV from LocalTel lets you decide when shows begin.
I felt so alone, like I had no one to help me.
I felt like I could never control my anger. Why am I so angry?
I was stuck in a cycle of addiction. I felt like I had no way out.
Are you hurting? You are not alone. It's time for God to do what no man can do. Come join us for Redemption Recovery at Sage Hills Church, Thursdays at 6 p.m.
March is a food and wine lover's dream in Chelan. Presented by the Manson Chamber of Commerce, Chelan Cellars, and Sorrento's Restaurante. Taste Chelan celebrates food and wine all March long, created to tickle your taste buds. Experience a food and wine tour happening every Saturday. Button offers all month long. And local wineries select their most tantalizing varietals, paired and curated with food from local restaurants, chefs, and culinary artisans. Taste Chelan will be sure to bring out the foodie in you. Buy tickets now. Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Linda Haglund, the Executive Director of the Wenatchee Downtown Association, is a regular contributor to this program, but this is one of the very first times that we've actually gone in the streets of downtown Wenatchee. We've met at the Fountain and a few other locations in our studios, but now we're right in the heart of downtown, right between the Antique Mall on one side and Mela on the other, and this big humongous wall needs a little TLC, and the call out is for you artists out there, because Linda, your organization wants to do something with this.
We are. We're calling it our 2022 mural project downtown. A special thank you to the owners, Debbie and Jay, that own the Antique Mall, allowing us to, they own this piece of wood right here, to allow us to give this a facelift and an upgrade. So we're asking if you're an artist and a mural project might be something you're interested in. We have a call for artists right now, and what we're hoping for is that we can, by October, update this and have a new mural in downtown.
Now, there are some certain guidelines, and I'm going to ask you what some of these things mean. First of all, referencing the past, downtown is historic. All of these buildings are 100 years old, if not older. That's probably the most important of all the elements. It wants to tie into the overall aesthetic, does it not?
It is, and what people love about this downtown are the buildings, right? These great old buildings that have a lot of renovation going on in them. So some tie to that would be really nice. We like that.
What currently exists is fine, but it doesn't really say Wenatchee. It could be almost anywhere.
Exactly. And the artist that did this did a really great job, and it has lasted a long time. But like everything, we have to revisit, is it time to do something new and different? And that's what we think the time is now.
And representing the diversity of this community, this place is as more diverse than it has ever been before, and that's a critical element.
It is a critical element. We want this to look and feel like where we are, right? And where we are is a lot of different things. The diversity of this area, it's geographic diversity, it's ethnic diversity, it's age diversity. It is a lot of different things that diversity, and we want to capture that this is, you know you're in downtown Wenatchee. You know you're in Wenatchee, you're here. And that's what we're hopeful for.
And this is one of the very few unbuilt upon lots in all of downtown Wenatchee, and it's going to stay that way for a while, so you might as well make this look good.
It is, and then again, the property owner, Jay and Debbie, have been very, very open that whatever they do in the future here, that we will incorporate this mural somewhere in the future of this space. So it isn't just we're going to do a mural temporarily, this will be long term. What a fun way, if you're an artist, right, to put your mark on something. But this is a 50 foot by 16 feet high canvas. This is a big canvas. And what a fun thing. If you were an artist, I don't even begin to figure out how to do that, but hopefully that we'll have people who will want to partner with us and do this.
And you mentioned that what currently exists here has been here for a very long time. My guess is that's also a prerequisite that your arts people are looking for, something that once it's up and by fall, it's going to be around for quite a bit.
And it'll stand the test of time. And those who do murals, especially outdoor murals, understand that concept. The other thing that's really fun is it gives them all summer. This shades out in the afternoon, so you can work through the summer. And again, we hope that this will be completed by October, because in October, we're welcoming the Main Street State Conference here. So all Main Street communities will come here to Wenatchee. It'll be really fun to unveil and showcase that then.
For you potential artists out there, Linda's going to tell you what you need to know as far as deadlines, how the winner is picked. Go ahead.
So what we're going to do is we're asking you, if you're interested, to submit a proposal to our organization at wendowntown.org, or call or email me. Then what we'll do is, your proposal doesn't necessarily need to be a full scale. Just what is your concept? What the cost you would like to get from it, and how could this look? Then what we'll do is we'll take those proposals, and a committee of community, city, artists then we will choose one and award it for this project. And the deadline we'd like those proposals is the 15th of May.
And the winning proposal gets paid.
Gets paid.
Yeah.
We're not asking artists to do this for free. This is a heavy lift, and we understand that. We've applied for a grant, but we really believe that we'll figure out how to do this grant or no grant because it's important. And that grant that just got me jump-started to say, okay, this time, let's do it now. And, you know, I've kind of made it clear that my days are kind of numbered doing this job. And this is one of the projects I'd like to see before I retire next year.
Well, before you retire next year, what do we have coming up in the next few weeks? Give me a quick little update before we cut you loose.
Well, just Monday, Girls Night Out tickets went on sale. You can get those off our website. Those are limited numbers. That will be in April. That's the next really fun event that we're going to do. And then a teaser that I'll come back later on. We are initiating summer activation grants. We're going to give 15 $1,000 grants in June, July, and August to do fun things downtown.
Downtown is where it's happening, and it's back. COVID what? It's 86. Forget about it. Get your butt downtown. Enjoy the arts, enjoy the sidewalks, enjoy the people, enjoy the food. Come downtown, and I can't wait to see the final product.
Me either. Remember, First Fridays, we've kind of rejuvenated First Fridays in collaboration with the First Fridays Art Walk, but there are a lot of businesses participating. So First Fridays will be April 1st, and that is no April Fool.
Linda Haglund making her very first appearance, by the way, on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, this week. I love it. Thank you very much. We love it. We love talking to you always.
You have an open invitation so long as you bring me the coffee.
That's right.
You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, and we'll be right back.
It's the National RV Show at the Grant County Fairgrounds in Moses Lake, March 18th through the 27th, with tons of vendors, adult beverages, a scavenger hunt for the kids, a cash machine, and enter to win a new RV. Top manufacturers are coming from across the country, like Winnebago, Holiday Rambler, Forest River, Thor, Heartland, and more. Check out the enormous selection of both new and used RVs, motorhomes, travel trailers, fifth wheels, all with huge manufacturers' incentives. The financing options are amazing. So come on down to the National RV Show at the Grant County Fairgrounds in Moses Lake, March 18th through the 27th.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
There are so many possibilities for you to learn local right here at Wenatchee Valley College. Take classes towards a degree or certificate in more than 50 areas of study. Wenatchee Valley College now offers a large variety of virtual classes, including labs, sign language, music, and machining, and they have the resources to help you succeed in virtual classes. So when a college degree is your goal, learn local at Wenatchee Valley College. When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units. Very pleasant view behind my left shoulder up at Wenatchee Heights. Just a few high wispy clouds hanging around out there. A lot cooler right now. It's 37 degrees. 24 hours ago when we last visited, it was 47 degrees. We got to 66 yesterday. Warmest day of the year by far. We're not going to be anywhere near that for the next couple of days. But all in all, Mother Nature is going to kind of just lob softballs over the plate. Don't look for a lot of sunshine this weekend, but look for mild temperatures from the National Weather Service one more time. We're going to see some sunshine, filtered sunshine, high clouds across the region. They're going to get a little thicker as the day progresses, but we'll take it. We'll get up to about 59 degrees. As you can see for the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, mild temperatures above normal, but not a lot of sunshine. All in all, pretty quiet weather. And that is it for us. Have yourself a great Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. Bye-bye.